Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm the BlackCanadian, and welcome to the first episode of Zero Continues. This is a podcast that's hopefully going to be once a week. We are right now trying to figure out how to schedule this, but with no further introductions or whatever, I'm going to introduce my two podcast mates. Why don't you two introduce yourselves?
So, hey guys, I'm the Flying Iguana. I'm a small YouTuber and I play a lot of video games. That's basically it.
Word, and I'm Jesse. I run PlayerTwo Insert Coin on YouTube, and I suck at video games, but have a damn good time playing them.
All right, so yeah, their links will be in the description wherever you guys see it. Anyway, we're going to talk about some news today. Gamescom just happened, I believe, last week, and we are going to be talking about some stuff. But first, how about we get into everybody's weeks? What have you guys done this week that's of any notice?
Well, I got to play No Man's Sky. I don't know if anybody of you just tried out the game.
Yeah, I've been playing it.
Oh man, let's just say I'm not okay with what they've done with it. I don't know. The price is a bit too steep, but I'm sure we're going to talk about it. So yeah, apart from that, I tried out Pokemon Uranium before Nintendo kind of took them down, and played a lot of GTA 5. Basically, got back into the game, having a blast. Really, going on killing sprees as usual.
Well, fair enough, man. I've been playing a few games for my channel. I have a series doing the game Inside right now, which is an amazing game. If you haven't played it, you should check it out. And I played a little Battle Block Theater on my channel, which was funny as hell.
Oh, I've heard about that. Isn't Stamper one of the voice actors?
Is he?
Yeah, he does the narration, at the beginning when he's like telling you what happened and what's going on.
I could hear it now that you mention that. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he is one of those fantastic voices. It's the best.
Definitely does.
The thing is, I want to play that game, but I sort of want to co-op it with someone, but because it seems like I wouldn't have as much fun as I would if I was playing the game with someone else.
Oh yeah, that's the kind of game you're just gonna have fun with friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely hear you there, but I was waiting for a while and figured I'd pull it out. Why not?
Okay, so
I mean, at least you're gonna just enjoy the game, like the full commentary of Stampy.
Exactly.
Stampers, sorry.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. So for my week, basically, as Iguana just stated, I played a whole bunch of No Man's Sky. I streamed that stuff. A whole bunch of people were streaming it, so I thought, hell, why don't I jump on the bandwagon and stream it myself as well? I'm probably about 70 hours into the game. So, we can talk. Actually, let's just jump right into No Man's Sky right now. What are you guys' impressions of No Man's Sky?
Well, just to be honest, I kind of jumped on the hype train at the last moment. Do you remember that week right before the PS4 release? It was just incredible. You just could not you could not go on the internet without seeing No Man's Sky everywhere, plastered all over the internet. So basically, I just bought the game. It was 60 euros, and honestly, now that I bought it, I don't think it was worth it. It would be a good indie game if it costed for 29 euros, but it was definitely not worth. I don't know how much No Man's Sky costed in dollars. How much was it?
It was $59.99, $60.
It's Canada is $70, but yeah, it was pretty pricey. But
it's really pricey, yeah.
But there's a whole discussion on what it takes to it is worth the amount of money if you really break down the metrics of it and the amount of advertisement and everything that went into making the game. Also, I have a different point of view because as a game designer, I think it's phenomenal what they done to it. I believe that the hype did kill like the whole game itself because like I see like people post like, oh, how come I can't do this in the game? Like it was never even stated in any press conference that you can do that in the game. You guys are just overhyping it, and it's kind of like their fault for not really showing too much about the game. It gave people a lot of stuff to like sort of go on just by looking at screenshots and stuff. But I played earlier builds of this game. I've been around this game a while before it actually released. So the fact I just kind of get bewildered why people are sort of upset because this is I was used to playing the game for a while, even early builds, and I knew what it was about. So people just like raging about like, oh, I didn't expect this. I wasted my money. It's like, oh,
Well,
Well,
fair enough. Like, I actually had even another experience with the game myself, and it's the only thing that I read about it was a small article from like a year and a half ago when it was first announced, and it was just a touching on what they were, you know, what it was going to be about. And you know what? I got it the day it came out. I didn't look at anything else on the internet before that. And I played it, and it was exactly what they said in that article a year and a half ago. And it amazed me, and I had a blast, and I proceeded to play like 20 hours in 2 days, and I'm enjoying it.
I just want to state that, okay, there are things that I'm disappointed with No Man's Sky, but there are also things that I'm really actually impressed with. For example, the terrain generation is just fantastic. Like the terrain generation on planets,
Hmm.
I saw so much variety, like geologically, about the terrain. It was so diverse. Like you could see little crevices, little plains, little mountains. It's
Yep.
actually really impressive. But there's some simple things that they could have just. I feel like they kind of like ignored in the gameplay. Like for example, this game is supposed to be more of a traveling simulator and an exploration kind of game. And for example, there's like little simple things that will make the game just way more enjoyable. For example, something that really bothered me was just that when you're like in your spaceship represents your base, your complete base. First of all, it's such a shame that you can't watch around you. You know what I mean?
hmm.
In the spaceship. Just have you ever played the game Elite Dangerous, for example?
No, I don't think I have.
Well, it's a space flight simulator, and there's just this little detail that just makes the whole game for me. It's just that you can just unlock the camera and just look around in your space vessel.
Hmm.
Which in No Man's Sky, you would think that looking out of the window, just absorbing the whole scenery seems like a normal, it seems like a missed opportunity there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely
And
understand.
and the fact that like, exploration is supposed to be also a risk, and the fact that you cannot crash your ship, okay, I'm not asking to for like premature deaths or and all, but I feel like you should at least there should be dangers for your ship. Like for example, landing wrong, or for example, just crashing against the planet. Like when you enter the atmosphere, there's like a little warning that you're going normally you should enter like at 30 degrees into the atmosphere. Well, I don't know. You get this warning that like you're getting heat damage or something like that,
Hmm.
and you're not getting any damage at all. In fact, you're just it's just there. You don't even know why it's there. Maybe they were gonna implement maybe some damage if you entered the atmosphere wrong, or
I don't
I
know
don't know.
though. To be honest, there's something very satisfying about going from what's it called? Pulse drive speed, from going that fast all the way down to like being in the atmosphere, like going from that fast to that slow, there's something just oddly satisfying about it. I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely not in any way grounded in reality. There's no way you could survive that. But
Eh, yeah,
if it feels amazing to witness.
it's just those little immersion details that they could have put in the game and make the game just feel so much more alive. I feel like. It's I feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity, and I really wish that the developers would like maybe implement those maybe in the future patch or something. I really hope they continue development, on the game. Like for example, it would be nice if they added a few more space stations, or like add maybe, I don't know, a space civilization. There's a few points that they kind of like completely missed. I feel like in buildings in such an expansive game. I mean, of course, with such a small team of developers, it is a problem, I guess. To like, it's gotta be difficult. But for the price that they like sold the game for, I feel like it's a bit normal to have these kind of expectations.
Well, I mean, it's still 13 guys doing the game. Like, it's not like Sony just gave them money. They didn't hire more people or anything. I believe they hired testers probably at the most, but like from what I hear, it was still just 13 people designing the game. Sony just threw money at them to make it look better. And as for like the graphics, what that people complain about, like it cuts down on rendering time because you see like as of right now when you play No Man's Sky, you can see objects kind of dissolve in, but it's kind of quickly, so you really don't notice it at times. But like, imagine if the graphics were just a little bit better, then it would be really noticeable for people to be like, oh, like it doesn't look right, it's loading in, and it's kind of hard to do that for procedurally generated games for stuff like that. That's why most procedurally generated games are like dungeon sections and RPGs and stuff
Hmm.
because it's like not really graphically intense and they can load in a dungeon relatively quickly. So I kind of understand why the graphics were cut down, and they sort of like sacrificed the graphics in place of making a huge the game is huge. Like I've only been to two planets in the same system, and I played 70 hours worth of a game. So like it's a
Wow.
huge game, and
Yeah.
plus I got in my ship and like I attempted to fly around the planet. It took around like 30 minutes for me to do fly around the whole planet. So I mean like they got scaled down just right. So
Word.
Oh yeah, I kind of feel like they did a really good job with the graphics. I'm perfectly fine with the graphics. The graphics are, I mean, maybe the ground textures on PC are a little bit low res when you're like, have you been to like a planet with no grass at all, for example?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Like when you're so close to the ground, you kind of like it's really low.
I don't
It's
know.
this
I've
is,
always been a proponent, I guess, of content over visuals. I'll
yeah,
take a shitty looking game if it's amazing gameplay. So to
exactly.
yeah,
Or good story or whatever. Like there has to
exactly.
be like a point of like where one thing surpasses the other. Like in a perfect world, we can get perfect gameplay, perfect graphics, and perfect story. But like we're not going to get that anytime soon.
We're
But
definitely not in a perfect world.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely not.
so yeah, I sort of want to move off the topic of No Man's Sky because I bet there's a whole bunch of people. I've seen like about 80 fucking videos of people post like, "Oh No Man, they lied to us and whatnot." And it's like it's just the hype that killed. Like yeah, the
Nah, they
multiplayer
just
thing sucks, but like I didn't really care about multiplayer because that's what
nah, me
destroyed
neither. The multiplayer
Minecraft for
was
me
like,
because like because like there was this one like interview with Sean Murray that was done like I don't know like a few months ago where interviewer asked like, "Oh, it's like Minecraft in the multiplayer, right? So can you grief other people's stuff?" And then I was like, I really don't want multiplayer because I don't want to like establish a planet and then like name it and everything and cultivate all the stuff, and then just to see that someone has completely destroyed it or done something wrong to it. So I'm kind of glad that that there's no multiplayer aspect that I can see. The only thing multiplayer I believe is just naming the planets and uploading it.
well, it wouldn't be much of a problem. It would be more of like a plan for your friends to visit because, like, as Sean Murray said, the game is like so immense that there's a very small probability that your planet would even get discovered.
It's true. I just think it'd be cool to run across someone else's named and discovered planet and just kind of
Yeah, or just to like have some dog fights with your best friend or something like that. It would be pretty sweet. I mean, it's not necessary really. The game is amazing as it is, but
weird.
Yeah, it
I
was
just
Those
like
going
little,
towards more
just those little.
atmosphere.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
just love to see like what other people are naming shit and try and get into their head of okay, why'd they name it that, you know?
Yeah, I wanna see like the planet Harambe, 1 and 2 and 3 and 5 and 7.
The planet Kotaku.
Yeah,
But
Oh
exactly.
God.
are
Yeah.
oh no, you can keep going.
I actually saw a planet. It was like in the loading screen though. There was like a planet called Dog Shit Planet. It was amazing. It was
Wow.
Yeah,
just fucking great.
that's another thing I want to kind of touch on where most people are getting like negative connotations toward the game is that it's random where you show up where you first start at, and like sometimes the planet is like complete shit. I've started out on
Oh
a
yeah.
shit planet, but it didn't enjoy my experience. But I can see people that are sort of casual that saw this game and like, oh, it's a I want to try it out, and they land on a shit planet, and like I can see how that enjoys some people's
Wait.
fun.
Well, you can land on a good planet because I got a planet with heat that, like I had their heat shield always melting down
Hmm.
and the fucking radioactive hazmat suit. Did you guys actually get a good planet?
Uh,
I honestly have no idea what would constitute a good planet. I still don't know. I just
I,
land places and look for shit and mine gold.
because I keep on getting planets where like I just read the description acid rain, so I'm not very it's I keep on getting these shit planets. Though I got one of those good planets. It had blue grass, it was fantastic. It had giant freaking dinosaurs on it. Should have taken more screenshots, but
Oh.
Yeah, my planet was green. I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that it was just green, like because it was green, and then like all the other stuff was like a contrasting color that looked disgusting, and I was like, I visually hate being on this planet because it makes me sick. Like other than that, like I believe the conditions were okay, but like it just made me want to vomit everywhere just looking at it.
Oh, man.
you mean the grass was green? Well, that's pretty
No, the
that
sky
was a
was green, and like
Oh.
oh.
it's like being on planet Namek if you watch Dragon Ball Z, but like not as good looking.
How awesome would it be if you just find Piccolo just flying over your head, you know? That'd be so freaking funny.
That'd
Yeah,
be a
I wish
good
they put
idea.
more Easter eggs inside because I bet there's like one Easter egg and there's like 15 quintillion planets, so you
yeah.
won't get to see them. But
One last thing before we leave the topic: did you guys choose to follow Atlas, or are you guys just free roaming it?
oh no, I'm just free roaming. I'm just like trying to learn the Gek language. Damn, does anyone know how many words are like in the Gek language? Because
No idea.
Uh,
I've been like scurrying this whole planet and I still don't know shit about the Gek language.
Me, I'm going Atlas, like I'm following the Atlas's like trail or whatever, but I'm doing it at a very slow, methodical pace. I think I've jumped twice so far, if that. I'm at the first planet where it changes over to an Atlas like path. So like I'm just taking my time. I'm trying to get a new ship. That's what I really want.
Yeah, me too. Like my ship is so that's something that really pissed me off. It's the inventory space. It's just absurd sometimes. Like your first instinct in any survival game is to just hoard amounts of stuff. Like
Hmm.
whatever you can see, just fucking take it with you. Just anything. It's like Skyrim. You even take the freaking plates off the ground. You just take everything. That's the whole fun of it.
Well, apparently, I don't know if this is true. Apparently, one of my friends that I was playing with told me that I'm lucky as hell that I got this really good planet. I got about, I think it was 6 to 12 backpack upgrades in one planet.
What?
My backpack is at like 25, 26, 27 right
Wow.
now.
I'm like struggling with like 8 spaces maximum.
Oh, wow.
Plus, like the fact that you have to like sacrifice a slot for a technology seems a bit like a bit short-sighted to me.
hmm
I, to me, it seems more like that's the real strategy min-max thing of the game. Because you have to balance between space for your inventory while having the most powerful ship, weapon, exosuit, whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, next topic, I'm gonna I kind of wanted to find a smooth transition into it, but I couldn't. So, but we are going to be talking about Final Fantasy 15's delay. Yeah, I'm not sure what your guys' experience on Final Fantasy 15, or if you guys even care about it. But like, I kind of got a little upset, but then I was like, if the game comes out good and it plays better, then I'm okay with it. It's only like for a month or so, so I mean that's okay.
Well, to be honest, every time that they actually delay a game, I'm actually secretly happy because that means they're actually taking their time. I just hate when a game is just rushed out. Yeah, every time that I see a game that is like delivered on time, I just keep on, especially during like the Christmas season or like
Hmm.
many other game selling season. You just kind of cringe a little bit thinking about what they're gonna like overlook because they just had to like make the deadline.
And get
I'm
another Sonic Boom situation where they had to
Yeah,
release it for the
exactly.
TV show.
You can freaking fly in that game now because of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely with you. I'm a big fan of delays when they're productive, if that makes sense. But I have every faith in Square. They do right. They do good games. So I don't know if you guys heard about how that the delay broke though. That's a funny story in interneting. Have
Wait,
you
how
heard
did?
about that?
Mm.
No, I haven't.
Well, what happened apparently was this guy heard like that it was going to be delayed. So he mentioned it on some small gaming site. And then everybody on Reddit was like, no, that's a lie, blah, blah. He's like, dude, this is just what I heard. I'm not lying, nothing. So then it started taking off and blooming, and all the internet jumped on this guy. Well, then someone from, I think it was one of the major gaming sites, did a little digging and found out that it was probably going to be true. So he said he backed up the claim. Well, then Reddit got back on it and more people piled on and was like, no, now he's saying it and it's all false and blah, blah, blah. And it was 2 days of them like, piling on this major news resource and this small news guy who was just reporting what he heard. And then it turned out to be true. And even when it got like published by Square that it was true, these people didn't believe it.
Yeah, because like for those of you guys that don't know that are listening, and also for you two that are on the podcast right now, Final Fantasy 15 has been in the making for like I believe the first trailer for like I believe it was called Final Fantasy 13 Versus at first came out in like 2007 or 2006 or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like sort of been in the making for almost 10 years now. And like as a fan of Final Fantasy in general, I was kind of like upset like, oh, okay, I understand why like I design video games for a living. Like I understand why that has to be the case, but like it kind of sucks. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
become even more butthurt over the years, especially after the recent release of Mighty Number Nine, when they kept
Oh
stalling and
God.
stalling, and they still put out shit. And it's
Yep.
just like, where I sort of became numb to like waiting for like a game. Like just give me the game now, and then I'll
Well,
decide.
that's why, honestly, I have stopped in the past year or two paying attention to release dates, like completely.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I will do is I will every week on like Sunday or whenever they post it, check out what's coming out that Tuesday. And then I'll be like, oh shit, that's coming out. I'll be pleasantly surprised or like, hey, there's nothing out this week. I just can't pay attention to it anymore because every game I want is delayed and every game I don't want comes out like before it's supposed to come out.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but then yeah, it's understandable. But yeah, so Pokemon Uranium Nintendo cease and desist. This is actually kind of interesting because I believe this game was out a while ago.
Oh yeah.
Because I could have sworn I saw like a few Pokemon Let's Players. For those of you guys that are listening, I'm doing air quotes because I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I've seen this game around for like at least 2 years. I'm not sure why Nintendo now decides like, hey, we are just gonna chop it off. I know the whole Metroid 2 thing. For those of you guys that don't know, there was a remake of Metroid 2, and it was released, and then Nintendo just like got on the case and deleted all that. and I guess while they were at it, they just thought, hey, let's just go ahead and destroy more fan games that he's not even charging for it. It's just there to download. Why do you have to take it down?
Yeah,
Well, it's a PR move. You gotta. It's actually a good thing that they just acted on their license like a month later, because that means, well, apparently 1 million people got downloaded. So that means that maybe like among those 1 million people, someone is like torrenting it, so other people can play.
Yeah.
So and then there's also the bonus effect that Nintendo gets to protect their IP, because it's something about the IP is if you don't use it, you lose it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's actually maybe they actually did this for the good of the game. So but that would be interesting, because Nintendo is always all about being a dick to their player base sometimes when it comes to like protecting their IPs. So I have no idea what they're doing, to be honest. I don't know if it was like...
Nintendo's always very tight. I know, like, they like to content ID YouTubers who play their shit, things like that. They like to keep their stuff close to the chest.
Yeah, it's understandable from a lawyer if you're looking at it as a lawyer standpoint. And plus, Sun and Moon is coming out in a few months, as well as Pokemon Go is getting more and more popular. Or I think it's more dying down, but like Pokemon Go is still a thing. But like I can kind of see where they're like, "Hey, let's take it down because we have all this shit coming out, and we don't want to mess that up with this weird fan game that might or might not be better than our actual release games."
Yeah, I remember when Blizzard pulled the same thing with Nostarius. I don't know if you guys played on the server. I remember.
No.
I mean, I was so pissed against this IP system, but then you get to know you understand the company's position after a while.
There's understandable pull downs such as the whole Overwatch porn situation, which is understandable.
I mean, that's never gonna go away. That's.
I'm tired of that being like the second thing I search. Like, I would have like Overwatch gameplay or whatever. Overwatch porn. Okay, yes. Okay, all right. That's apparently now I have to just sit here and watch porn for 15 minutes.
You have to.
I have to. I mean, Google brought me there, so I mean,
you can't.
I mean, I'm an Overwatch. Yeah, I mean, like, come on, I'm an Overwatch fan. What am I gonna do?
I know. Like, I have to watch every video. I gotta watch every video that Farrah is in. I mean, like, I've actually watched some of the Overwatch porn. It's fucking disgusting. I didn't watch it for like any sexual promiscuous reasons. I just watched it like, okay, Overwatch porn. I want to see what this is all about. This is disgusting. I can't believe I wasted all that time watching that nasty stuff.
Well, nothing escapes Rule 34, my friends.
You mean you didn't make it to the money shot? Come on.
That would I wouldn't be able to play Overwatch again if I would have saw a money shot from a.
It's kind of funny because apparently the people who are making the porn, they're actually working with much better quality models than they're used to.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Overwatch just permitted a new wave of new gen porn out there. According to
God, I'm not ready for new gen porn. I'm not ready for porn in 4K.
I'm not either. Yo,
the skeleton bends the whole way.
I'm not ready for fucking VR porn. Like, whoa.
Yeah, get ready for people to not have girlfriends anymore after VR.
I mean, of course, if
up.
you can afford the freaking Oculus Rift, 400 fucking euros. I mean,
I'm not even talking that. They have it for like, you know how YouTube has 360 videos?
Oh yeah, I see what
they have porn of that now.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know because like I saw a 360 video of that where it's like it was like some sort of fetish thing. It was like just like in the house with some hot girl who's always like half naked. I'm like, oh, this is someone's like they subscribe to this channel. They are. I'm just getting the creeps by looking at it.
It's still funny though because the technology is still in its infancy because you can still see that it's just for what do you call them? GoPros cameras. No, ProGo. Fuck, I forgot.
GoPro, you're right.
GoPro cameras are just taped together and just
Mm-hmm.
it's not. There's no proper 360-degree camera that I know of right now, which is interesting. I don't
There
know.
probably is. It's just it hasn't been marketed yet, or like it's in the background of like some developer.
Actually, I saw Samsung has a decent one. I mean, it's not like anything amazing, but it's all in one little package thing. It works with your whatever phone that they have out now. I saw because I was looking at their gear stuff, and it's just a little pod you put on the ground or wherever, and it takes a pic of the whole thing. Does
Yeah, but
video.
is it like really 360 or is it like for cameras just because
It's
there's
well,
like
I
more than
mean,
one way to do it, of course, but
I don't know. I haven't seen the inside. It claims to be it. I haven't used it, but it looked good on the website.
How
Yeah.
did we get to Overwatch porn, by the way?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, good. The podcast is doing well.
Every podcast leads to Overwatch porn. If you really think about it.
I
That's
know.
a damn good point.
I mean, then again, Final Fantasy. Okay, well, yeah, we were talking about. No, it was uranium there.
Yeah, uranium, and then speaking of franchises
Who's
being
uranium?
fucked, Metal Gear Survive trailer. Did you guys watch
Oh,
that?
I saw that.
Yep.
See, I haven't ever played Metal Gear except a little bit of Snake Eater, and even I know that's like that's a little bit fucked up, you know? Fucking aliens just appear like that.
Like it's just DLC. Like I don't know why people are upset. It's just a trailer for probably that's like, oh, you got Phantom Pain. Here goes some $15 DLC if you want it. I have the season pass, so I'm probably going to just get it anyway. And it's just like, hey, it's a zombie survival mode. Like people are like, it's got. Have you seen the YouTube video? It's got almost as bad as like a response as Infinite Warfare.
Wow.
Let me check.
Jeez.
Because like it's nothing but like a survival mode or whatever. You don't have to play it if you want to. It's like people are like, oh, they're ruining. This is the new Metal Gear. This is where Metal Gear's direction is going towards. Like it's just the stupid, fun, like whatever.
Right.
It's just the
Oh,
add
yeah.
on. Like I highly doubt because Metal Gear Solid 5 has been out for barely a year. And yeah, that's not a new game. It's just an add-on. People,
Yeah.
calm down.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can buy it if you want to, or you can like just ignore it. But what did you guys think of it?
I I mean, I watched it and if you look at it as not a Metal Gear game, like if you take Metal Gear out of your brain, it looks awesome. I wasn't like, because I've never been too into Metal Gear, but it didn't have a Metal Gear vibe to it, if that makes sense, because of the aliens and shit. So just like, if you take Metal Gear out of your brain, I'm down to play.
Like, yeah, it's just like random, like, hey, we have people buy a season pass, and we need to know what we can do to make
Hmm.
it good. And it's like, hey, the Fox engine is good. It's a good engine. It has good graphics and everything. Why not just release like a? It's probably going to be like a few hour camp, like 2 to 3 hour campaign or so, probably. But like,
Yeah.
this is just a trailer. I'm not sure if it was a CG trailer or not. It didn't look like there was any in game. I believe it was in engine footage, not in game footage. But yeah.
Yeah. That's what it looked like.
So yeah, hopefully, yeah, people are overreacting. I mean, it's not Infinite Warfare. It's not like we're getting a whole game that's like just not good. Even then, I hate people who like go out of their way to dislike something that hasn't even come out yet. I'm going to play Infinite Warfare when it comes out to see if it's good. I'll be able to. That's when I'll give a dislike if it's bad. But like
Right.
for a trailer, like nowadays in the industry, people fuck up trailers. So like yeah.
Yeah.
See, I thought Konami was like stopped making video games, you know? I thought they were back, making like pachinko machines and stuff like that, right?
Like they say that because like I've heard interviews where like yeah we're still continuing on with video games such and such, and like and then you see like oh pachinko machine trailers that look like they're actual video games, and it's under I
So
don't
it's such a
understand.
weird it's such a weird decision. You know what I mean? That like multi-million dollars like IPs like Silent Hill and like Metal Gear Solid, they just decided to just throw in the
Well, I mean,
garbage
because
like
Metal
that.
Gear Solid was so expensive. Metal Gear Solid 5 was so expensive to make. They barely broke even on it. Like I knew Metal Gear Solid would never sell gangbusters, even if they did pitch it towards the mainstream audience. But like I had this discussion with so many people about like, yeah, Kojima is kind of at like you shouldn't use so much. Like I know he's a genius and he wants to make what he wants to make, but like when there's a limited amount of money, like it's sort of understandable for the reason why all the stuff happened. But like, yeah, Konami scumbags, everything sucks.
I wonder if they're gonna like let people actually use their IP like Silent Hill. Really wish they would actually release. I know that who was it?
PT.
Well, no, yeah, the actual game that they're gonna release. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Fuck, what was the name?
It
It
was
was
a
like
it was a
guy
Silent
was
Hill
gonna
game.
release it under another name.
Oh.
What was the name? I completely
Yeah,
forgot.
I'm not sure.
Was it PT or
No, no, it was like the Silent Hill with the actor from the Walking Dead, and they're actually gonna release it,
what
but under another
Death
name.
Strandings or whatever?
Yeah, something like that. It was
But
like some weird nonsensical name like that.
yeah, Death Stranding, the one that Kojima announced at the Sony press conference for E3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm not sure if that's going to be like Silent Hill or whatnot. It doesn't from the trailer that we saw? It doesn't look like it's going to be anything like PT Silent Hill. But like we have so many Silent Hill successors going on out there. Like there's this one that's released episodically. That was released on mobile devices. I'm not sure if any of you guys heard of it. I let me see if I can pull it up real quickly.
It's not the same on mobile. Mobile just doesn't offer the same experience that a console or a PC could offer you. You know?
I don't know. It's like really good. It has like the pacing of the old Silent Hill games and everything. And like I'm not sure if you guys played like the newer like the 2009 2008 Silent Hills, the Homecomings and the Downpours
Uh,
or whatever.
No, not yet.
no.
I'm planning to on my channel though.
Like they're not bad games.
Soon.
They just like lack spirit or whatever. Well, Homecoming's a bad game, but Downpour just lacks spirit. It just seems too on the nose. Like, hey, we're still Silent Hill. Yay, remember us? And it's and it's just like not good. So
Mhm.
They're going the Resident Evil roots now. They're just remaking the is it like with the remake of the two, I remember. Where
Right.
they like just rediscovered the game.
yeah. So yeah, we're going to actually go into some good news instead of bad news. South Park fractured but whole. I like what they did there with the title, fractured but whole. Apparently, there's like I've seen YouTubers who've got to play 15 minutes of the game or whatnot. Seen some gameplay. I watched the trailer. Seems like a good South Park game. The last one was good, so
Yeah. Yeah.
but the only problem that I have with this game is that the first game that it was built so hard on like, hey, look at all the stuff you remember from South Park, all these references and throwbacks. Can they do that again with the second game? Like, is it just going to be the same thing reiterated for the second game?
I, d- I kind of doubt it, to be honest, because I mean, the creators of South Park they're smart ass motherfuckers, and I'm sure they will, do the right thing. So they're not just gonna be like hey, remember this from South Park?
Hmm.
Like it worked the first time, it won't work the second time, and they know it. You know.
Yeah, they have to have some good jokes and like stuff like that. So, uh,
Thing is with yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you.
oh, you can go. I was just
Oh, okay. Well, it's just that to me, South Park feels a bit out of its time nowadays because they keep on like the humor in South Park was quite new when it got out. Do you guys remember like the first episodes how shocking
Hmm.
it was and all the bullshit on the news that happened afterwards?
Yep.
Well, nowadays it's a bit it's a bit tame compared to what you can find out there. I don't know if you guys saw like
well, I mean, they sort of make that claim and like because it's like sort of like meta in a way because like Because
Yeah,
like the way
exactly. It
time is
started.
changing, because like we become more less insensitive as a human race. So it's like they're sort of like telling a story about that, like how they brought in PC Principle in the earlier season, like just like explain like there's these people like we've become too sensitive as a culture, as well as there has been like some other jokes just making fun of like it's like
Yeah,
yeah
it's become
South Park
social
isn't what it used to be.
commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe with the second game they're gonna finally go more on the social commentary side of stuff instead of the raunchy humor that they're known for,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
which
it's
could
just
be
going to
interesting.
like kind of like poke fun at probably mostly DC of like how the superhero universe goes
Hmm.
about. So like yeah, I hope to see some of that played well into the trailer, but or play well into the video game. But anyway, speaking of superheroes, Injustice 2, Harley Quinn and Deadshot trailer. I'm not sure if you guys have played the game or like sort of interested in it. I like fighting games. Injustice is all right. I like it. The story is pretty mediocre for Injustice, but like overall, it's a good fighting game. People who made I can't fucking talk. Mortal Kombat, NetherRealms, they come back for Injustice 2, and I guess like yeah, they're going to obviously do a Harley Quinn and Deadshot trailer because Suicide Squad just came out.
Right.
So it's like logical to show that, even though Harley Quinn and Deathshot were both in the previous games, they're just going to like, hey, guess what's relevant right now? Let's show that.
Yep.
But,
I
I don't
mean,
know. I'm gonna have to take your word for it. I haven't even played the first Injustices, so
you
it
should play
was.
at least just the story because it's a good game. Like what NetherRealms does good, what other fighting games do not. It's like actually provide a good story.
Yeah. I was always impressed with the game too because like the in-game taunts like and stuff like that provided so much backstory and content, and it was a good, you were brought into the world during the fighting game, which is neat.
Yeah, and it's like yeah, it plays like Wow, again, can't fucking say words. Mortal Kombat is it plays like Mortal Kombat. It has almost the same systems and subsystems as Mortal Kombat. So, yeah, for those of you guys that are dying for another Injustice game, it's going to come out, I believe, next year or so. So, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
probably going to stay tuned for that. But onto some more interesting stuff. I actually have a lot to talk about this trailer. Resident Evil 7, the new was that a trailer or was that actual gameplay?
yes, there's both actually. There's like the gameplay and the trailer.
Yeah,
So what do you think about it?
it's not Resident Evil. It's like Outlast, which it seems like there's so much oversaturation of those first person hide and like get away from the bad guy sort of games. Like I hope it still has a charm that other Resident Evil games have or had in the
See,
past. But it's just like from what I see, it's like, oh, is this the new Overlast? Not Overlast, Outlast game? And like, no, it's just Resident Evil 7. It's like, oh, like okay. Again, I haven't seen story or anything. I just like get the general premise. Is I guess you're a person or you're probably a group of people that got like trapped at a house full of crazy, probably infected people.
yeah, that's the
Hmm.
thing. Where are the zombies? I want to see zombies in my Resident Evil, and apparently they just gone extinct or something.
I'm guessing it's going to be kind of like first level of Resident Evil 4, where it's like, oh, I'm just fighting some crazy Hispanic people in like rural Spain or whatever. But and then like later on, you find out that they're infected or whatnot. So I guess
Yeah,
that's
but
Whoa, spoilers.
for like the 12 years old kid.
what there's zombies in Resident Evil 4. What?
What?
Oh my god! I can't believe this groundbreaking news has been delivered to me.
Trigger warning, trigger warning.
There's going to be that one person's like, "Yeah, I never played Resident Evil 4."
No! My whole life is ruined.
And they'll be our one fan. And we just
Yeah,
ostracized them.
Or
they
that
just
one
went
person
from
that was
one
just
to
about to get to a level where it switches over to zombie. Like, oh, like, I was just about to get there. Come on.
he was like a news reporter and like made articles about podcasts every day and just yeah.
Like, this podcast ruined my enjoyment for Resident Evil 4. Worst podcast confirmed.
Also, they're a bunch of Nazis or something like that.
0 out of 100.
Times 10.
Mighty Number 9 was a better.
Oh man.
No. Duke Nukem Forever was better.
Okay.
Now, the thing is, I feel like it's like Amnesia basically nowadays. This Resident Evil. I feel like they don't know what a survival horror is anymore.
I know they're trying to like, because like the last like survival horror was Last of Us, and like it's like it seems like it sort of died out and sort of respectable in a way. It's like, hey, this thing is sort of dying out. Would it be wiser to bring out another like traditional survival horror game, or we can like just jump on the bandwagon of what is current day standard for survival horror, which is
Hmm.
run, hide from enemy, and like there's like puzzle systems and stuff. Like I'm not gonna knock Outlast and all those other games that come out, but like it's just been so much of oversaturation of that, especially when you're a YouTuber and you see, oh,
Well,
so and so is playing this jump scare
Yep.
game and shit, and it's like you see that over and over.
yeah, it gains much more publicity. But see, I wouldn't qualify The Last of Us as a like survival game, horror survival.
I would.
I don't
I,
know. I feel like the biggest
it,
element of a survival horror is the claustrophobia. You're trapped, at some place. And that's what like all the Resident Evils and the Silent Hills actually like gave you. You were trapped in Silent Hill. You were trapped in the mansion in Resident Evil or like the city, Raccoon City. And
okay. All
The
right.
Last of Us, you're kind of going all over the country. You know what I mean? You're kind of free and like you're in control of your situation most of the time.
Well, I mean, at times, like you can't, like I've discovered, like even on easy mode, you can't just, even with all your weapons, you can't just like murder everything and like go no stealth or just like you can't brute force a situation. At times, you have to sort of give in and like listen, and then like you have to conserve your ammo and such. It's like what a survival horror would be for modern day, for because like you have to show. Because you have to show different environments nowadays. You have to. It's just like if you like you're in the same tight corner space as like Resident Evil 2 or like stuff like that, people are going to complain because it's like there's no excuse for that to exist nowadays. There's no limitations because the reason why all of Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 1, and up to like Resident Evil 4, the reason why it was like that is because they had huge limitations for it at the time. So they sort of like I hate that people that build the standard around the older games because you have to sort of progress and you sort of have to like uh, like go on and
Hmm.
Mm, I don't know. What else?
You know what? You know what? Survival horror game I miss from back in the day. Anyone else played Fatal Frame?
yeah.
That
No,
game,
but I heard so much about it.
I love that game. You take weapons out of like a game, it makes it even scarier.
Mhm.
You know.
One survival horror game like I really cherish is Eternal Darkness. Like I remember playing that for the GameCube. It was so good.
I don't think I ever played that one.
It's pretty. I would say check up some gameplay on it, or
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty good. It like still holds up to today. And Obscure, those games are pretty good because you get to
Oh,
play as
obscure.
Hmm.
teenagers and just like murder them all. It was like Last of Us before Last of Us came out,
It was
Yeah.
more like what do you call it?
or not Last of Us. Until Dawn. I keep getting those.
Yeah, Until Dawn. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Word.
remember Pathways into Darkness. That was like an old PC game. I remember it was like so pixely, but the graphics seemed so real at the time.
oh my god, it's like blood is all over me, just like real life.
Yeah, it's just that one sprite of blood just on the floor. Ah!
Well, good news. We are evolving as a technology race, and we now got Gears of War in 4K. And
Yeah.
4K
yeah,
Gears of War. Wow.
it's yeah. I'm not sure about YouTube, but like I actually have a 4K TV and I can actually output 4K. So I looked at the trailer and the gameplay. I mean, it's Gears of War in 4K. Like it still doesn't make me care anymore for Gears of War, but like
Yeah, but now you can see the sweat on their naked torsos
yeah,
clearer. It's
now I
gonna be
can
great.
now I can
See
see
their nipples in HD.
yeah, now I can see characters that I don't care about. And
Yeah. I
four,
was I was never really a Gears of War fan either, but I gave that trailer a nice shot, and I have to say it looked pretty. I mean, I think the advancements in you know 4K technology and stuff, it looked damn pretty. But I still don't give a shit about Gears.
I mean, I played one, I played two, and like they were good games, but like honestly, it was the Halo situation for me. It's like, okay, this is can we come up with new ideas instead of making sequels to games? That's
hmm
uh, like it just happens. Like God of War, Halo, or whatever. They start off as good games, but then like they people get greedy. Like, hey, we can just make easy money off of this, and like
Yep.
and I'm also curious because the Xbox One S doesn't even run 4K as in games. It only runs 4K in like streaming, like Netflix or whatever. So I mean,
I don't think
why?
it knows yet.
Like, when like is it coming out when the Scorpio comes out, or
My guess is it's a launch day Scorpio title.
so it's
Nah, nah,
not
nah.
coming out to probably next year? Like I thought it was
Well,
coming out sooner.
I mean, Scorpio is set to come out in like Christmas time, 2017.
Mm.
And honestly, there, like you said, there's absolutely no way it could run currently on anything. So it's got to
except
be
if
Scorpio,
except if cloud computing, right, guys?
or or if they release it on PC first.
Well, I mean, I guess it's
We've
just for
delivered. I'm done.
because unless they downscale it for like the Xbox right now and then like re-release it in 4K, that's the only thing I can think of. But like, yeah, like they like, yeah, it's good to showing 4K Gears of War, but like we don't have a 4K console out. Like, well, you're showing this, and you haven't even showed me what the damn Scorpio looks like. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like ugh, whatever. Then there's Ghost Recon trailer. I glanced at it a quick bit. Don't really care about Ghost Recon. I haven't at all, even when they initially came out. Just it seems like another shooter game. The only thing I can remember about Ghost Recon is that ridiculous Ubisoft press conference trailer of like those people playing the game and commentating over it. It sounds so corny. And like that's the only thing I remember about Ghost Recon.
I don't remember that per se, but I love the Graw games. They were a lot of fun, you know, because I could never get into COD for some reason. Just I found refuge in Ghost Recon. It's not as twitchy as say, you know, Call of Duty or whatnot, but
You don't
that's
get
what.
that adrenaline rush though.
No, you do though, because you're doing other things. Like one of the big draws of like Graw was, you know, you had from the start, you could toss your thing up into the air and you know, reconnaissance the area, or you had a little go-kart thingy that like, you know, drove around and you could blow them up. Like instead of having it at a kill streak, you had it from the beginning. So it's kind of like
Mm.
it added that level of you know, difference or difficulty, I should say.
Yeah, like the only thing, like again, first person shooters aren't my thing unless it's like there's first person with like some sort of like Wolfenstein. I freaking love. Another first person game that I like is Dishonored. Like it just has to have something else than other just shoot the bad guy and like continue on. It just seems like it's boring. Like from a story wise, I don't do too much multiplayer anymore because most people are assholes and and it sort of sucks. Except for Overwatch, I've just been dumping tons of hours into that. But like other
Right.
than like Overwatch multiplayer games, like it's just like the community ruined multiplayer games for me. So when it comes to like Call of Duty or Ghost Recall or whatever, I just like kind of like tune out because it's like, oh, bland shooter is bland shooter.
I hear you.
I don't know. I just had that bland shooter, but just one bland shooter that I just stick to. Like, yeah, for me, it's Modern Warfare 2. It was like my first shooter. It was on my first console. It was my first shooter. Never had a console until the PS3, I remember. Up until then, it was only PC games for me.
Hmm.
And I remember it was magical that time because it was so HD. I was like, the last game that I played was World of Warcraft.
Hmm.
So going from World of Warcraft to Modern Warfare 2, oh my god, the fucking transition just blew my mind, I remember.
Well, I guess you'll be happy when they do a re-release. But I think that's only. I think they're doing it for PC as well. Or
I might buy it. I might actually buy it. It will replace Counter-Strike Source, which I now completely hate.
I hate Counter Strike Source because I'm tired of goddamn YouTubers and
It's
their.
not bad. Huh?
I'm just tired of seeing crate openings. Like I
Oh
every time
yeah.
I'm sorry, like that. Like every time
It's
CS:GO
the
crate open, like play the fucking game. And when they do
well,
play the
let's
game, I'm not interested. So it's like,
well, let's
Yeah.
admit that it's like the Hearthstone version of opening packs. Okay, it's not that different.
oh.
There's the plague. The plague is still there.
But the
It
thing
will
about
always be there.
CS:GO crate unopenings are like the most boring thing ever. But the
Well,
pack unopenings from Hearthstone, like you click on it, it fucking explodes in your face. Like that's what I want. I don't
yeah,
want
but
just like.
you can't resell those cards. You know, you
Why
can
would you
sell those
want to?
things
Why would you want to resell car? Like, because the way
because
CS:GO is,
10.
because the
Yeah,
way CS:GO is like set up, where it's like you get mostly shit, then you actually get good things. Like it's more bullshit than how Hearthstone's card system is dealt out. Like you actually get good cards when you open up a pack, or you get some useful cards that you can use towards another deck or whatnot. You don't get like something like CS:GO will give you a crate of a skin that you can't even use and that has no value to you whatsoever. But with like Hearthstone, there's at least a few cards that like, hey, I can allocate this to a different deck that would be better suited for that, or like, hey, I needed some more of these like lower level cards so I can like use those. So it's like it just feels like CS:GO is like you get fucked a lot more once you open a crate that's worthless.
Well, CS:GO is more like, to me, it seems more like gambling than anything. You know,
yeah.
Hearthstone, you're playing a game. In CS:GO, it's literally gambling. You
Mm-hmm.
know, in fact, there's all those websites that do the gambling of CS:GO crates and shit like that.
They actually sell for $400 maximum before the gambling ban.
Wow.
That's a lot, $400. I don't know. I think it's worth it.
Cause I could see someone getting easily wrapped into it. Like, hey, because like someone just whispered, like, hey, you can possibly get the chance of getting a weapon that's worth like $600, and you're like, okay, I'll buy a few crates, open them up, and then like, oh, I didn't get anything. Well, oh well, I only spent like $10, and then
Well, it's
like,
a bit the same. Isn't it the same thing with Overwatch, like with the loot crates?
yeah, but there's like not like an aspect where it's like, oh, you can get the Zarya skin that's going to be like, you can resell it for like $400. Like the
Yeah, you
reason
can
Yeah,
why
there's
actually
no
sell it.
resale.
Yeah, the
With
reason why
CS:GO.
crates are so like a thing is because like the possibility of actually making money off of it. You can't make money off of Overwatch skins. You can be like, oh, here goes a skin that I can't use, or like I don't play this character or whatnot. But like you never
No, you can
get.
sell the account. Oh, you can always do that.
Well, you can sell the account, but then you're going to have to make a new account. You would just be buying crates and all this stuff in Overwatch just to sell it, and then like you have to
Well,
start.
I think it's worth it because, like, if you're like a streamer and play Overwatch every day, like leveling up multiple accounts seems to be like a good deal.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
a
resell.
dedication that I'm not
I mean, I knew a
interested
lot of people on like League of Legends who did that. They went to like events for the right games
in.
and just got those pack skins that are worth like $200 on the.
I fucking hate
Yeah,
event
let me see.
skins. I hate
Packs.
like oh you have to go to E3 or this certain event to get the skin, and it's only
Hmm.
sold there, so you have to wait till someone decides to sell it on eBay for overpriced bullshit.
Yep. That's
You,
always the worst.
yeah, but yeah, another Ubisoft title that was shown at Gamescom was For Honor. Their closed beta is coming out. I think I might. I already signed up for it, so hopefully I get in so I can play a little bit of it. Uh, honestly, I'm not super interested in it, but like I'm kind of wondering what's it about.
It seems like it's like a successor to Chivalry. I don't know if you played the game on
Mhm.
Steam.
Like,
Seems
yeah,
basically that.
I can go for like a high res chivalry on the
No,
probably
yeah,
one.
definitely.
Yeah,
And it's nice because it looks different from the combat in Dark Souls, which I think personally that Dark Souls has the best combat system in the whole industry for now, like
combat
action
system for
wise.
what it's good for is good for like slow, clunky, medieval sort of fight combat.
Hmm.
So
Have you played with the rapier once? It's so cool. It's
like
so fast and
because
nice.
because I prefer character action games where you can do stylistic combos. But like, yeah, for that situation, for that game, for games in that area in that genre, I believe it has great
Oh
combat.
yeah, it's one of the best. It's responsive, it's visceral, it feels so good, and it'll be nice to see other. See, I've always wanted to see a good game about like sword wielding, you know, where you can like aim low to get the feet or aim high, you know what I mean? And you
Hmm.
have to parry at the right angle if you want to survive. You know, you don't see that. Of course, it's super intensive, I bet, to like run on, but
Well,
there has to be a market for that, you know? It
yeah.
can't be the only one.
I mean, maybe For Honor will be somewhat similar to that, where it's like for what people want, the slow, the clunky, like strategic weapon play. That I know that there is a want for that. I know there's some people that wish that Rise Son of Rome was like that when it came out, but like, yeah,
Man, it feels like Ubisoft has been pumping out games like on super speed right now.
I,
Yeah, seriously.
yeah.
Like
I'm surprised, like nothing from Assassin's Creed, not even the movie I've like been mentioned, like
that's a good thing, I think.
yeah. I mean, Syndicate was good. I like Syndicate. I actually liked it a lot compared to like the other games that they released. But yeah, it's like yeah, give it a break and actually give us an Assassin's
Hmm.
Creed that we want to see. Don't just like give us like oh another European country that no one can care about.
Well, you guys are on the well, you know, Italy. I'm an Italian, so it was pretty interesting. Also, France. It was pretty interesting. I live in freaking France.
Yeah, I mean, just once, like, but like I'm
You
tired of.
got you got the Civil War, right? Happy
I don't
or
care
like the
about
Black Flag as well.
I
The
don't care about
Caribbeans. Come on.
America. America's probably like the most bland place, especially like 1600 America is probably like the most bland place you can set up, like
But
for.
log cabins, guys. Come on.
Oh god, I did not like
Wow.
Assassin's Creed 3. Like like
The fascinating ways of the woodcutter.
oh god, like the characters were uninteresting, and like I can go on hours talking about how Assassin's Creed 3 is not good, but
Word.
I mean, what country would be ideal for you in that case? Like,
Japan or anywhere in Asia, or how like they were talking about doing Project Phoenix, which was going to take place in Egypt. Like all those other options, because the thing about European architecture is that it's so similar. Like you can like it's so similar in a way, and it just feels like there's
eh.
no variety.
I got one for you that's never been done
As a
before.
European, I take great offense to what you just said, but okay.
Like I'm willing to shit on North America too, where it's like it's bland. It's like is there's nothing really. There's like I don't want to see North America or any
Yeah, there's nothing
Western.
exotic,
Hell,
basically.
I would like Africa. Give me like dude jumping on jungle vines and shit. I actually,
How
you know what, Ubisoft,
Vines
get
would
on
be
that.
amazing.
Get on
how
that. You need
Amazing.
to do that.
how about Australia? Fighting
Oh,
fucking
that's
you got scorpions and shit,
the
everything trying
fucking
to kill you,
kangaroos.
kangaroos, yep.
Just box you to
That's
death.
basically Assassin's Creed Primal. Just like just take it.
I like it.
You just die just because of the environment. There's like not even a story. It's just you trying to survive.
You die because the Wi-Fi is so terrible.
And you just basically you're just playing Bear Grylls at that point. You know, and actually it's not actually Assassin's Creed.
Like the Bear, we got the Assassin's Creed Bear Grylls game. It was called Bear Grylls Survival.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Did they actually make a game for Bear
Dude, it's
Grylls?
a game. I have it. I'm going to play it. It's a game. You can drink your own pee.
Oh man, that
Nice.
I think
Dude, you
that's
get
the
the
bonus
best voice
feature.
Hmm.
High score. How many liters of pee have you drunk? You're like in a bar. Chug, 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 chug.
Oh my god.
You drink that pee. Drink it so good. Speaking of drinking pee, Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs
What a
online.
segue.
Dude.
I don't like Watch Dogs. It's boring. It's but like
It's
Watch Dogs 2 seems to be a step in a better direction, giving more interesting characters, even though like they're the over exaggerated millennial type. Like, oh, like I've seen trailers and stuff. So
I just think I think it's kind of funny that in the first one they were pushing for it to be so serious and so like, dark and like you're this underground hacker thing. And this one they're like, "Hey, guess what, guys? You could be a hacker." It feels so like cheery and friendly and like they realized they couldn't do dark for Watch Dogs. So they're like going in almost a Saints Row direction,
Hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
no, I
hey, they are
perfectly
doing
understand.
dark. I mean, you get to play as a black guy. How darker can that? No, all kidding aside, but
Touche.
it seems more interesting. The character seems a little bit more interesting, so I'll give it its due diligence. I'll give it its 5 hour. Like that's how long I play a game till I
5 hours of just the AAA game that took months to make.
I'll give it
Oh
its
man.
5 hour due diligence to see it because it has to be able to intrigue me enough to like want to finish the game. But like,
Hmm.
apparently this is a Watch Dogs online trailer. There's going to be online multiplayer. Yay!
Well, there supposedly was in the first one.
Yeah, but no one played it long enough to figure out if there
Well,
was.
did I got it day one and it didn't work for like months, so I don't even know if
There
they
you
ever
go.
fixed it.
There we
Like, I don't know.
go. There is all online multiplayer, but it doesn't work. And by the time
Not,
it did
yep.
work, no one cared.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How weird is it that we're like shitting on a multi-million like game? You know what I mean? It's just that like they took so much time of their lives just to make this game. We're just gonna shit all over it.
Not
Well,
because I can't say anything, but like there's a lot of people that work at Ubisoft. It's like a like when you have literally thousands of people working on a game, it doesn't really take that. It's not really that much effort put into it, as of where you get like a game like No Man's Sky, where it's like 13 dudes working on it, like for years on it. And when you have something like Watch Dogs 2, which I still can't say anything, but it hasn't been in development for too long, and like it's
right.
not really too much thought put it into it. It's just like, hey, let's throw some shit on the drawing board. Hey, okay, let's do that. And it like
It's kind
yes,
of it's kind of funny. Just the concept about having the whole city working on only one operating system is just so.
mm-hmm.
I mean,
I mean
who
that's
thought
like
about it?
the
Seriously.
like far future of like where it's like people. I believe like realistically that's not going to be the case because
Oh
we
no.
live in
Oh
a
no.
society where it's like no like even if
They
Google
just
were to
hack
become a
for fun
conglomerate,
now.
like even if Google like became a mega corporation as it is right now, like they still wouldn't be able to control all. Like they wouldn't be able to come out and say, okay, all of the internet is going to be under us. No other internet service is going to exist whatsoever. Like in the society that at least Western civilization lives in right now, there's no way that everybody's going to be on the same internet plan anytime soon.
But it's not
No.
even. It's like just such a security risk. Just having all these people just connecting on the same freaking
Well,
operating
that
system. It's just that like the city planner just like
Well, I mean,
keeps
it's
me
sort of
retarded.
realistic in the sense like they're saying like this is an overpowering business conglomerate that's taking control of everything. So it'd be understandable why one like company owns everything, why they control everything. So it sort of makes sense in a way of setting up sort of setting it up that way.
I don't know. One operating system. They could have like made more than one. Just saying.
One operating system to rule them all.
How awesome would it be if it was just a ring? It was just the ring there and just in a big dark temple.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I would watch
I
that.
would play that game.
You would
Just the hacker has to find the one true ring.
yeah.
and every time you like access that internet, he goes invisible and enters in like the ring.
And then it comes to find out that all along it's just a web ring.
Yeah, he has to throw it in the pits of like internet hell or whatever.
No,
In the
just like
pits
between
of
the
4chan.
discarded. No.
I'm telling you, Watch Dogs. I'm telling you, Ubisoft. We have good ideas. Jungle, Assassin's Creed, fucking Watch
Hmm.
Dogs, Cross, Lord of the Rings. I mean, we got ideas here. We got
One day we will come together and create the best game ever.
yeah.
Yes.
Since we're on Ubisoft, I'm just going to jump over to Steep. their snowboarding slash
See,
winter
that's a
game
nice.
thing.
It's a nice touch that they actually went back to one of those simulation games because you don't see that every day anymore. You just don't see those sports games. You
Dude,
remember back then when there were like sports games everywhere? You
Oh
could not
yeah.
escape them.
I'm sorry,
Dude,
you can't. I've been to a EA press conference. You cannot escape the sports that they talk about. Like, I'm sorry, they talk I miss the simulated games. I do, but like, gosh, when you have to sit through an hour of people talking about the new Madden or the new FIFA, it's just like
Oh god.
so like.
Okay, I'm not talking about FIFA, obviously. FIFA will never die, of course.
But
I had a
Madden,
cousin. Oh
2K,
my
all
god.
those games, like it's just like, yeah, okay. Tell me more. Just release them. I don't care. Like, just release them for the people who enjoy them. I don't care about the graphics or whatever. You're just going to update it for the next year you release a new game. That's why I like games like Steep, where it
It's
seems like
it's
this
not
is going to
even
last a
it's
while.
not even a graphical update. It's just a roster update.
Give me a
Yeah.
fucking patch. Don't fucking sell me a $60 game each time, or 70 in my case. Don't sell
Do
me
you
a
actually have to
$70.
test them?
No, I
Do
don't
you
Well,
care.
actually test them, by the way? I
all
feel like there's some PTSD going on here.
Yeah, I worked at THQ. I had to test fucking NBA 2K games. And
Oh
oh
god.
not
god.
good. They're not,
The
especially in their
truth
beta
comes out.
form.
I'm sure. I have to say though, that steep game, that gave me a tent in my pants like instantly. I've been waiting. There was a few genres of games that I was waiting for the next generation. Rock band style games, which they did last year, which was whatever. Um, Tony Hawk, everyone was sadly disappointed with, shit like that. But the third was a downhill, snowboarding, skiing, whatever type of game, because that's my jam from back in the day. I love those types of games, and this one just takes it that next level. I'm very excited for this game.
I mean, they're introducing that whole social media thing that I don't like. Like,
Hmm.
oh, everything's connected. You can see scores and all that stuff. Like, yeah, that's
But
okay.
some of us
I
want to live in the basement and stay in the fucking basement. Jesus Christ.
No, but see, the thing is, I think this type of game is the perfect spot for that type of system. Because when you're thinking about snowboarding and all those extreme sports and shit like that, it's all about finding these different lines and like just doing these nasty tricks and showing that off to people. So I think this social thing with them, I think it's a great thing. Skate did it, which was a great series. You know, all those extreme sports ones, they work well with the social. Now other games, not so much.
Bring back Skate 4. Give me Skate 4. Like, I don't know.
Fuck yeah.
Something about bland, just like snowboarding. I want the SSX. I don't want, like, just random, regular snowboarding guy. I want, like, the crazy, over
Dude,
exaggerated
No, I
animated.
want a
did you
Yeti coming
watch
out of nowhere and just eat me. You know what I
did you
mean?
watch that trailer at all? Am I watching a different trailer? There were dudes flying through the air and shit.
Oh yeah, it was like skydiving.
There was a deer at one point snowboarding down the hill.
But
What? I didn't see that.
I didn't, yeah, I didn't see the
Where was the
fucking.
There
deer?
was
I
a
wouldn't see
straight
that.
up deer standing on his two hind legs snowboarding down the mountain.
Deer
You watched the trailer?
snowboarding.
Yeah.
This is
It
one of
was
those things.
it was
Okay,
in
this
the
might sold
Gamescom
the game
trailer.
for me. This might have sold the game for me.
It was about halfway through the trailers, so maybe 3/4 of the way, but there was a snowboarding deer in it. And he just gives the camera a look like, hey, and then goes down
Hype!
the mountain. Yeah.
Okay, now this is a must buy. It's going to be a full playthrough on my channel of Steep.
Hey, hey, collab right here, because I'm there.
We're going to be
Is
doing
it on
all deer
PC?
runs. We're going to be doing a deer. If it's Ubisoft, it's going to be badly optimized for the PC.
No!
I
Fucking
mean-
hate that.
I might have to write a couple Dear John letters.
I want to send a few, letters to Ubisoft thanking about their great ideas for the game.
Yeah, and like the
I think-
the deer race down the hill. That's all I want.
I'm there.
Maybe there's a DLC and you could get like snowboarding mooses for a change.
I want the DLC where you can dress up as like a cereal mascot and sled down the hill.
Yell, I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs as you're doing a backflip.
Hell yeah, that's advertisement right there. Just like have the
Seriously.
Tony the Tiger slide.
I
It's
hope he can
great.
yeah.
This half pipe's great.
Get
He can
Tony the
ski at
Tiger on the ledge.
Aspen probably.
He pizzas when he should have French fried. Yes,
Oh
he
my
pizzas
god,
when he.
you're gonna have a bad time.
If they use that, because like that's not just like a South Park thing they do when you go skiing.
Yep,
They talk about the method. I hope there's like a tutorial where it's like skiing, like you have to use the pizza and the French fry method.
it's true. That's what they say.
You actually have to. They actually do that.
Yeah.
I remember when I was taught to ski.
They have to like you should have pizza when you French fried, bro.
Yep. Do you even pizza,
Well,
bro?
Do you even pizza, bro? That is
and
going to.
there's like the fat guy who just can't ski. He's trying to make rounds.
Hey, at least it's entertaining to watch.
True.
Speaking of stuff that's entertaining to watch, I saw the ukulele trailer. Really interested in it.
I have no idea. what
I'm
that
actually
is.
fairly excited in that one as well.
Because I miss old school adventure like platforming games. Like as many of them that like there was a time when like for those of you guys that are listening, there was a time when we were like oversaturated with those games like Sly Cooper, Jack, Ratchet and
Oh,
Clank,
Spyro.
Spyro,
Spyro
Crash
is cool.
Bandicoot.
Yep.
Uh,
Jackson Daxter.
Yeah, there was like a whole bunch of them, and like there was even a point where like there was a point the dark age of adventure games where like they wanted to make kart racing out of every single character. Like there was a
Yep.
Jack kart racing game. There was
There was a Spyro one, wasn't there?
yes,
Yeah.
Spiral and Crash Bandicoot one, and like yeah, I miss the old school platforming adventure games with the wacky, goofy characters and the wacky, goofy stories.
Plus, it's by Team 17, which
Mm-hmm.
is an amazing company. They did the Worms games, a lot of other games like that. I forget what else they did.
So
but it's
is Playtonic's so I thought it was Team 17 publishing and Playtonic's doing the game, or
Oh,
is it
is
the other
it?
way around? I'm not sure.
Dude, I don't know. I just saw Team 17 and I got kind of excited in the nether regions. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
either way they do good games. So I mean, like
yeah.
hopefully it looks good. It looks like I believe Ukuleles is it a Unity game? So yeah,
I
Oh,
have no
Unity.
idea. I forget.
Aw, that's a shame.
I'm not sure.
I hate Unity games. They're always poorly optimized, never run well.
Well, that's on the publisher. That's on or not the publisher, the
Mm.
person who decides to release it. You can't optimize a Unity game. Because like there's Unity games that came out for console, I believe, that are actually really good. But yeah, it just depends on if you want to take time and put in the work and actually make a good game. But like, yeah, actually really excited for Ukulele. The trailer looks colorful and interesting.
Yeah, for me, I think I'm definitely gonna get it. I don't think I'm gonna play it though. I'm gonna make my kid play it so that and watch her so that she could relive when I was that age playing that type of game.
But in better graphics.
Well, yeah, so much better.
Better graphics and hopefully better voice acting.
I don't know. I feel
Yeah,
like
you know.
you should start with Pac-Man and go up from there. So
Oh,
she
she's
can,
she's already up to Minecraft and shit.
Minecraft is still good. I mean, you just you slap a few texture packs in the shade, in a few ENBs and shaders, and you're good to go.
I have a problem
You
with
just
Minecraft
upgrade.
in the fact that the only reason why it's successful is because the community actually made it successful by all the mods and stuff. Because honestly, bare bones Minecraft, even to this day, is complete shit, and I won't play it. But like,
Yeah,
throw a
it's
few mods
only
into it. Throw about
it's only
80 mods
artsy and
into it. Give
crafty.
me, yeah,
Yeah, those mods just make the game bearable.
and
I cannot
multiplayer as
like.
well. I can't play Minecraft by myself. Like I build
Have you
like a house and then I'm done.
have you ever
Yeah.
like did the vaults mod with Minecraft on a server?
Hmm.
Oh, you should try it out. It's fantastic. Like nuclear wars, cold wars. Make your own hadron collider. It's awesome,
Maybe we can set up a multiplayer server and do something
dude.
with
That would
that.
be awesome. I mean, if
Word.
maybe not vaults because people will get competitive about that shit. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be arms race real quick. But
Yeah.
oh my god,
Now
that
to
was so
escalate down into the less exciting. Well, Battlefield 1, people are excited about Battlefield 1. There's a new trailer for Gamescom, more gameplay, I believe. I only like briefly watched over it because it's Battlefield. You get what you get. I'm going to play it when it comes out just to see if I like it. As I said, I'm not a huge fan of first person shooters, but like, hey, it's in a different era, so maybe I'll enjoy it a little bit more.
Word.
Have you seen the trailer where like there's horses running around between Gatlings? That
Yep.
didn't seem. I mean, those horses must be made of steel or something.
Yeah, I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to like, because like you get that one person in the comment section like, actually, back in 19 so and so, something like, oh,
Blah,
okay.
blah, blah.
My immersion is broken. It's gonna be a lot of dead horse meat.
Oh god. Well, I gotta say, I'm kind of the same way. You know, I'm iffy about first-person shooters. That when I was watching, it was alright until the fucking train rolled through.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the train in the trailer? That shit comes barreling through with like 5 Gatling guns out the side. I'm like, yo, I gotta play this game.
You know what? It's never as exciting as when you see it in the trailer or in game
of course
footage
not.
because they like set it up to be like even in game footage when they're playing the game, they set it up at the perfect time when that happens. It's like,
Oh yeah, because you know when you get into gameplay, you're gonna finally get in that train. You're gonna yay, and you're gonna
And
drive
then
by,
it's gonna be
and there's no one there.
no, here's how the gameplay experience goes. You log into the lobby. You hear someone blasting some music in the lobby. You try to mute them, but apparently you can't because there's something wrong with it. You get into the server. 5 seconds in, you get killed. And then, like, that's exactly how everybody's multiplayer first-person shooter experience goes.
Mm-hmm.
Or you play Bastion.
Fucking, I know the counter pick. Don't fucking pick Bastion while I'm on your team.
If you're against me, you mean?
Yeah.
I fucking love Bastion. I don't know why people hate him.
Have
Such
you
a good pick.
I just have a huge problem with. I just have it. Maybe it's the players. It's the players that ruin the game for me. Not Bastion himself. He's a robot that can.
He's so cute too. Like he has the little bird just hanging out on his cannon. How can you stay mad at him?
Then again, I'm called a noob for only using one character at all. Like I'm only good with one character. That's it.
What? You only use one character?
Because like if you, I'm going to try to use more characters. It's just that like you get good with the.
What character? Is it Reaper?
No, it's not Reaper. It's not Reaper.
Is it
It's
Widowmaker?
Lucio because I like being a support character.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
that is so weird. Finding someone who just plays only one support.
Because I'm good at it, and like because I got good at it because there's not that many people that want to choose a support character, and because they nerfed Mercy, and then she's not really all that good anymore. So like I would just like
Yeah,
I just got really good at Lucio so much that because I got in a few matches when I didn't play that type of character. I believe I played Reinhardt. I was like, wow, I prefer someone else. I prefer playing the person that I've been playing as for a while. So like yeah, I gotta play more characters. That's the moral of the story today. I have to play more characters, and
Shame.
let's talk about Mafia 3. There was a heist trailer that was released. Have you guys even kept up with anything on Mafia 3? I just see random trailers on YouTube that like, hey, Mafia 3 is a thing. You should check it out.
I don't even know. Like, I haven't even played the Mafia game.
Yeah,
so
I played the first one. I haven't played one since, man. I did watch the trailer from Gamescom, and it looked interesting. It looked definitely bigger and you know better than the previous ones, but I haven't played one since. I would consider checking this one out though. It did look interesting.
Yeah, I mean, updated graphics helps the game in my eye. So I'll just take a look at it. I'll buy it or take a look at it or whatever. And then if I don't like it, it's going to be a waste of money for me.
I
But,
mean, that shit happens.
yeah. I mean, I
Just think if you buy it on Steam, you got 2 hours.
yeah, I got to speed run Mafia 3 so I can get all my time out of it so I can see if I like it or not.
Dude, if you pull that off, I'm impressed.
Wait, hold on. The Steam 2 hours thing, is it 2 hours of playtime or 2
Playtime.
hours of
like-
after getting it?
It's
I think
actually
it's
playtime.
in game, right?
It's in
you just
game.
have to be
It's
in game.
playtime.
Shit, then there's like a shit ton of games
I
that
know,
I want
it's
to return.
terrible. Like, I wanted to try Civilization, like, Beyond Earth, And you can't get an opinion of Civilization in like 2 fucking hours. You gotta play at least 8 hours of that shit before you get a good opinion.
Yeah.
But no.
But they're thinking about because like if you buy a Civ game, you kind of know what you're getting into. Like you don't really most people who buy Civ games don't really return them too much or have any
Right.
huge complaints except for if you're playing
Well,
Beyond
normal
Earth.
Civs, yes, but like Beyond Earth was a bit of an experimental game. You see what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that one was sort of didn't feel like any of the other ones.
Hmm.
it didn't even feel like a good game, to be honest. Like the
Yeah.
luxuries, I missed that. Like if it had luxuries, I think the game would be much more enjoyable.
Yeah, it's completely understandable. But yeah, Mafia 3, going to give that a test when that comes out. But other than that,
Right.
not really. Another thing that seemed interesting in the news that I pulled up was the sponsorship for like the sponsorship for Titanfall seems kind of weird. Normally you go for like Doritos or Mountain Dew, but they went for Buffalo Wild Wings. I've been to like a Buffalo Wild Wings one time when I was in college, and like I didn't know they were big enough to be like, hey, we're going to put money towards.
Oh,
Uh,
they're a huge chain now.
No, yeah.
They're huge in the
I
U.S.
mean, I have no idea what Buffalo Wings are, but
It's a restaurant that specializes in chicken wings.
okay.
And I mean they're huge in the US right now, but I always hate any promotion where you have to like buy a separate product to get a code for your game. Usually it's things that are graphical, like half the Titanfall 2 one is you get like different skins and stuff like that, which I can deal with. Skins or whatever. I don't like that they're giving away a different game mode.
What?
Um,
They're actually like sacrificing a whole portion of the game just for their franchise?
Now it says you'll have the wording on it was weird. I forget exactly what it said in the press release, but it was like you'll get special access to a special mode. My guess is you'll get the special mode earlier than everyone else or something like that.
Oh,
Which
okay. It isn't actually.
even still is like why?
mhm.
Well, I mean money, but
I mean, that's always a good reason, I think. And honestly, if you think
yeah.
about it, like as a developer, you want to make
As a
money too.
developer, yes. As a consumer, I'm like, fuck you guys. I'll go to somewhere else for my wings.
Like
As
yeah,
long as the price is right, you know. So, like, how much is going to be Titanfall? Is it actually going to be all again like a full price game without like campaign?
yeah, it's going to have a
Yeah.
campaign. They actually did a huge story trailer at E3, I believe, for Titanfall. So yeah, I believe they learned their lesson and actually going to integrate a story into it.
Man, what a bunch of lazy bastards! Finally,
I mean, not really
I've been
lazy. They
invested.
just like because Titanfall is a good game. It has good has good gameplay and like there's a lot of stuff you can do that like that even Call of Duty has like sort of adapted from based off of what they did. So
Yeah, but like how hard is it to write a story about giant freaking robots just fighting each other? It's not that hard to make,
well, I
really.
mean, they sort of went just like to go straight for towards the like just campaign part of it. They just tried to push the campaign because like look at Overwatch, it has no story, but you're like yeah, it's still a good
Hmm.
game. But like
Yeah, but it's
even though I wish
mimicking
it had a
Team
story.
Fortress, you know what I mean? And Titanfall is more mimicking like Call of Duty or another like FPS franchise, which all have like campaigns.
Well, I'd rather have a well thought out story than any Call of Duty story that I've played in the past like 10 years of like oh there's a random bad guy terrorist or whatever you have to go fight him and then like you don't really care at the end so
Well, it's not about this. It's about just having a single player experience, just being able to kill some random NPCs. I don't really think it was for the story because honestly, Call of Duty's story is like all over the place right now. It's like I think they had like Korea attacking America, which honestly is a bit laughable if you think about it. I'm pretty. Didn't like Overwatch now get their like each character has a story arc now or something like that?
I think so but it's not in game. I
Do they?
believe they just released trailers or like origin stories or whatever.
Oh, that's nice. They did the same thing in League of
Cool.
Legends sometimes. It's really nice when they do that. It's like fan service. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so even if I wanted that special bonus for the Buffalo Wild Wings, there's not even one nowhere near me. There's one in Ontario. Like I was searching, it's like, okay, let me see if there's even one. If there's even one in Canada, there is one, but it's in like as fuck Ontario. Oh, it's near Toronto, so like it's not too far away from there. But like still, like I hate that. I hate when American-based corporations decide to get in on a game and like offer exclusive DLC or whatever, or like certain stuff for like shopping there, and like people in other countries are like kind of screwed because like I don't live nowhere near.
Yeah, and
Well,
well, at least it's on your continent. Okay.
I mean, if y'all want, I can pick some up for you. I mean,
Nah,
some
it's
extra
fine. I'm not even
codes,
gonna
get some-
play at
well,
that.
I don't have an Xbox. I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to go to Buffalo Wild Wings normally, but hey, if y'all want some codes, I got you.
I just
I'll be
want that
like
stupid
I'm way
Buffalo
too
Wild
poor.
Wing skin. Whenever they offer like a stupid skin with like the logo of the company on it, I want it because it's so stupid and out of place.
Yeah, it's like having the I don't know if you guys play League of Legends, but there's this ridiculous skin for like Varus. Okay, maybe you guys do you guys even play MOBAs or anything?
I got season 2 or season 3, and then I was done.
Oh man, you missed Varus having like the most sexy skin ever. It's like dressed like a cupid.
I
It's so
I
fucking
can't
awesome.
I can't. I'm done.
I always choose the gayest skins, like Tarek, pink Tarek. Oh yeah, that's the best.
like
Just type
multiplayer.
King Tarek, and if you find you'll find what you find. Let's just stick to that.
Are we headed back and circling back towards the Overwatch?
No,
porn?
the
Is
worst
this, like,
part is
league
that it's not even
or-
porn. It's just like homoerotic fantasies.
I mean,
That
go
is
to
actually-
Tumblr. Go to Tumblr. You'll find
Yeah,
something.
legit.
Oh God! Trigger warning.
Like somebody got curious and was like, "Hey, I want to see that." Like, oh god,
No.
I want to see some Overwatch porn.
Dear listeners,
don't-
one word: shad base. I'm done.
Oh god.
The
I-
shad base. Jesus Christ. Now that's a traumatizing sight.
Oh god, this has gone to like a point of no return of like Overwatch porn, League
It's
of
fine.
Legend porn.
We gotta make a first good impression.
Yeah,
We're trying to attract the 4chan crowd here, okay?
Yeah, right.
okay.
I'm making
This
necessary
episode was sponsored.
sacrifices.
Today's episode was sponsored by Overwatch porn. If you like watching Overwatch porn, then guess what? Just search it on Google. You'll find it anyway.
They actually made a
And-
company like that.
And sponsored by 4chan, the asshole of the internet.
And Buffalo Wild Wings. You may not have it in your country, but hell, you can possibly get a skin in Titanfall. And oh god,
Can we pretend to be sponsored by a company and they have to pay us? And
Oh,
just
yeah,
because
they're
they're too
gonna-
lazy to like.
They're going to
And-
get a note in their email saying like, "Oh, this random podcast it probably has like 5 views." Guys,
Let's get sponsored by a tobacco company. Like that will make billions.
I want to get
We're-
sponsored by like a
we're
horrible company.
I
Yeah.
talked to the creators of Pokemon Uranium, and they're gonna give us 50% of their proceeds from their game. So there's that.
They don't make any money off of it, so the proceeds will be amounted to zero.
50%
Good
of it.
job on that one.
Get sponsors from Barbie's Playhouse or whoever makes Barbie products.
Mattel.
That's gonna
Mattel get
be,
no
Clash of
specifically the Barbie franchise, just like like not their other stuff, just the Barbie stuff.
Yo,
I mean, with our
why?
Yeah.
Why doesn't Titanfall do a promotional with Barbie? Shit.
Dude, how awesome would that be? Like with a little skirt on the
Barbie Titan skins.
Barbie Titan skins,
Wow.
or you
And
get
then
the
there's like
toys.
the anime version. Dude, anime version Titanfall would be so cool.
I know, that's just basically Gundam. Watch any
No,
any of the
Like,
80s.
No.
the schoolgirl uniform and one of the fucking robots.
No, even better. Teen Titanfall.
Teen Titanfall. There we go.
It's just tinier versions of the Titanfalls.
Oh,
It's just
God.
not interesting at all.
No, that's Teen Titanfall Go.
Teen Titan.
We're talking about the
Yes,
original
exactly.
Teen Titan, the one that apparently Teen Titan Go is actually pretty
Teen
good. I
Titans.
haven't
Oh
taken
wait,
a
is
look at
it the
it.
one? Oh, is it the one with Zone, who made a lot of parodies for?
Oh, well, yes, actually,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I've heard of
I've
those.
never seen the actual thing.
You
I've
should. It's
had
actually
someone
really good.
I've seen someone show me the parodies.
Oh god,
Some, you know,
it's a parody of a parody. We've reached that point on the internet where we've become satire of satire that's existed for 10 years.
dude, we're so meta.
Yeah, like we don't even exist right now. That's how meta we are right now. Are you even listening to a podcast right now?
I'm actually an artificial intelligence. My creator was too lazy. He was sleeping at the moment.
No, he hasn't even created you yet. You're like the AI from the future.
There's no past. There's no future. There's only the present.
Oh god,
Dude, I wish they made more AI films. They don't make them anymore.
because you can. Did you see Terminator Genesis?
No, but the Terminator's terrible.
Wait, hold
Well,
on.
I don't
Terminator.
like it, basically.
Okay, like you got like there's like 5 people that rose out of their seats. Like what?
Yeah,
Did
right.
you say Terminator?
Wait, what?
5, and most of them were imaginary, probably.
No, only 5 of them got out the seat. The rest of them are just shaking their head in disappointment. They're just like, man, I can't believe doesn't like Terminator. You know what? I don't like RoboCop. I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't like
Whoa.
RoboCop. I'm just joking. I like RoboCop.
Okay, you better.
I was trying to find something that like most people like, and then just like be like totally opposite for.
You wanna be the rebel in the group.
I want to be the rebel because I'm trying to think. I'm not usually the type that would hop on like the hate bandwagon of something that is. What don't I like that's out like that other people?
I don't like Star Wars.
I fucking love Star Wars. I'm sorry, I can't.
The thing is that the story is so pure. I'm using like a French word to describe this, but it's it's for kids. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, is it
Like,
supposed
it's not.
to?
So?
I don't know. It's just that for me it just has great effects. That's it. And I'm not even talking about the first third. Chronology. The first films like released the first released films. They had great effects. I loved them because it's from that era where CGI wasn't a thing, and that was nice. It was really nice to watch those kind of films. But then it just got weird.
You know what? I'm going to jump on the love bandwagon that most people don't like. I like Pokemon the anime. I'm talking about the current anime that's airing right now.
I haven't even watched it.
However, I'm going to put a little disclaimer on that. I only like the Japanese dub because it sounds more epic, and Pokemon actually die in the Japanese version, and like
the American capitalism will not allow you to die.
I mean, why not? I'm just going to talk about that for just a second. Why not? Because Cartoon Network airs Pokemon. I believe like they're the only people that air Pokemon. So why not? Like they've done darker stuff on like their cartoon shows like Steven Universe and stuff. So I'm not sure why doesn't Pokemon get a little bit more closer to the Japanese adaptation.
What about Samurai Jack? That was even darker.
Yeah, like apparently that's coming back to Toonami later on.
No, they're gonna censor it. You'll see. It was so cool, Samurai Jack. It was actually, back when I come back to these old animations, I'm just baffled by how much of the cartoons actually like I did not understand half of what they were saying, and now that I understand, I'm like, holy shit, this isn't for kids. Like fucking Johnny Bravo. Have you seen what the guy says? Like, have you heard? What
He's
the guy
basically a sexual predator, if you really think
yeah,
about
exactly.
it.
Like, he's on making commentaries about the little girl. Oh my god.
Wow.
It's great. I love it, but it entertains the adults too, which I really like. It's a quality that you don't see anymore.
Mm-hmm. Or like how Courage the Cowardly Dog was just fucked up in general. Like if you watch a full episode, you're like, what type of, was I on acid or something while watching this? This is fucked up.
Honestly, The only good cartoons that they're making nowadays that I can think of is like the Gravity Falls. I
Hmm.
really like that. It's really nice.
I'm
It's
surprised because that's
actually
Disney. I'm like, holy shit, Disney,
yeah,
you
me
are.
too. Like I thought they were just creating new personas like whatchamacall her. She likes to wreck things with bowling balls.
I'm not sure.
Fuck.
Again, I haven't watched
Miley
any.
Cyrus there.
Oh, Miley Cyrus. Like
Uh,
she
uh,
has long gone from Disney. It's not even funny. I, I don't know what to say anymore.
I feel like she's recovering from an identity crisis.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a shame because she's only in her
you're
early
not wrong.
20s. Like, I mean, can't suffer for something you
If I was
barely
rich
have.
like her, Jesus Christ, I
If
would
I was
totally do that.
rich, if I was rich right now, I would just put everything in advertising my YouTube channel. To be honest,
Right?
like there's not much I really want out of life than
I
like.
would develop my own game, to be honest. I want to
Mhm.
make a proper survival horror
I want
with
to.
branching paths.
If I had like $1 billion, I would like buy an IP from someone. I would. Okay, I'm gonna.
Why
Okay,
not create your own? It's gonna be much better.
no, because
You
you
have
know
full
that there's
control.
this one developer who has the IP that's just holding on to it for no damn reason. Like Silent Hill, they're not going to make anything with it. Just give
Hmm.
someone the IP who wants to do something with it.
Just call it Noisy Plains and just go with it.
Noisy plains, quiet mountains. Through quiet mouths. But yeah, that's
Nah,
an interesting. I'm going to segue into a segment that I want to start on the podcast. This is for the subscribers slash podcast listeners. You guys can submit questions, and yeah, I just submitted it on any of our YouTube channels. You can message it to us, or you can leave it in the comment section of this video, or in the comment section in the SoundCloud where I'm going to put this at. But yeah, we're going to answer a few questions and stuff. But I'm going to set up the questions for this first episode. What IP would you buy if you like had all the money in the world and you could just buy it and make a video game out of it?
I'd probably buy the Warhammer 40,000 franchise
Ooh.
because I feel like they haven't exploited the IP enough video game wise. They make a lot of good like
Well,
workshop content, but I feel like you can push the concept to beyond the STR and the squad management type of game play.
fair enough. That's a good one. I
Plus, it
think
would
I,
be like really interesting. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, no, I think I'd probably do D&D actually, because
Oh, that's a great one.
there hasn't been a good D&D like video game in a very long.
Yeah, they're just squandering their IP basically.
Yeah, I mean, what was that one that they Sword Coast Legends or whatever that they just put out a little bit ago?
You mean
That
Neverwinter? Was it
no,
Neverwinter the last
no,
one?
this is
Or
after it. This is I have it on my Steam.
stopped at
Storm
Neverwinter?
Sword Coast Legends. It's supposedly based on fifth edition, but it's not really. But it's thematically D&D, but that's about it.
Hmm. Interesting. And what would you do with it? Would you make an MMO, a real MMO?
Um, no, I'd want to see an action RPG. I think I'd want to also see a suite of tools to actually build your own like D&D levels in a game, if that makes sense.
Like in
So like
Neverwinter?
I never played Neverwinter, so I
Oh, they actually had custom dungeons that you can make
gotcha. So yes, but I'd like it to follow
to
full
actually
on
work. Yeah.
D&D rules and like
Mhm.
you actually have a DM sitting on the other side versus you guys. Things
Nice.
like that. That would be neat.
Huh.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about like setting up like a D&D match with a few people, but like
Oh, I would fucking love that. But what edition are we gonna play, gentlemen?
Pathfinder.
I don't have any of the books, but I'm down.
Guys, 2.5, come on.
2.5. Okay, I would have to.
2.5,
I would,
6,000 pages!
I would have to update my knowledge on 2.5 because it's
I
been a while.
I have a copy right here on my computer, a big PDF. It's full of Luis Royo pictures. I don't know how. My uncle was kind of a fan of him,
You gotta
so bear with me.
gotta dust off those dice, those Like,
Just the pages are a bit sticky, but just pay no
I
mind.
don't want to know why your D&D pages are sticky. That's a little bit odd to
I
Oh.
me.
mean, ask yourself why the pages are sticky while it's a fucking PDF. But
Oh God.
I mean, that's
Touche.
even that's even more
Uh,
weird.
wow. Okay. Anyways, I would get the IP I would get is I've been actually really thinking about this, but like it would just be Pokemon and just like how they deal their 3DS games I don't like. I hate that we're still at the point of like we're still getting like random just like handheld mobile games for
Yeah, just get them
Pokemon.
off the freaking get them
Mm.
off the freaking like DS Nintendo.
I would
Just
make the
give it
DS.
on mobile.
I would make the mobile. I would no. I would make the like handheld like bullshit. The new NX or whatever. I would make those games for Pokemon, but then I would also release a console version of like a full fledged RPG
Oh.
Pokemon game. Good
Did you see the
graphics.
Did you see the Unreal like engine like demo that they made for Pokemon?
No, and I need to see this right now.
You gotta check it out. There's like this Blastoise coming out of this brush that is perfectly rendered. It's awesome.
Dude, I'm telling
Man,
you guys, like, all right, because I don't feel like making it, but like for you programmers and game designers out there, make a Pokemon 3D Pokemon RPG that's like long. It doesn't even have to be long. You just do a demo, do that, release it, tweet me about it, and we can get this going. We can.
oh yeah, just put it on Kickstarter and like
No, not
fundraiser and
Kickstarter, because Nintendo will take that shit down and be like, no.
oh, you want to do it under their noses? I thought you owned the IP though.
No, you gotta do it under their noses and then release
Oh
it, and
man.
then you gotta be like, yeah, this is mine. This is no, but yeah, buy Pokemon and just get just console versions of fucking Pokemon or PC console versions of fucking
Yeah,
Pokemon.
it's not gonna run on the Wii, unfortunately.
I mean, it could. Well, the NX hasn't came out
It's
yet,
Unreal.
so
If it's Unreal Engine, it's never gonna run on the Wii.
Unreal, Unity, you can use whatever engine. You can even create an engine for it if you. I would create an engine for it because you would have to because Pokemon because that sort of game hasn't. I don't know how.
Well, it's not that complicated, like gameplay wise. You know what I mean? Like coding wise. So
Yeah.
It is when you
any
try
engine
to.
will do.
It's not complicated if you just want to make a game and put it out there, but when you want to try to balance it and like for the tournaments and all that, or like how people like like it's actually complicated if you want to get into the subsystems of what Pokemon is. But yeah, I would just get Pokemon, get a console version, and then like because I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of these games, but like Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon
Hmm.
Gale of Darkness, those were good GameCube console games that you can play. 3D character models, high res at the time. Like, come on, Nintendo. Just need
But
to.
would you like make the would you like keep the turn based battles or
Uh, it depends because we already have Pokken that does like action
Hmm.
combat of Pokemon, so I would just leave it turn based.
because that simplifies drastically the
Yeah.
feat.
Yeah.
But there would be more animation in it too, so it's like it's not going to
Hmm.
be just your basic like oh press Ember, wait a few seconds, a ball of fire shoots out his mouth with very little animation put to it, and it just
Just changes coordinates basically. It's just the
Right.
same sprite doesn't even fucking move.
no, just like the mouth doesn't even open. It just like flies out of its face and hits the other Pokemon, and the Pokemon doesn't even react to it. Just like goes like ugh. Get
It's
those
like Windows
Minecraft
Movie Maker
grunts,
magic basically.
the old school Minecraft grunts in it. Like ugh.
Yeah.
Remember that the Minecraft grunts?
Yeah, I
Ugh.
remember.
I miss that. Why
Until I
don't they
changed
bring
the
that
sound
back?
pack.
Bring that back. Bring back the ugh. The sound. That was literally a guy in the studio like, we need a noise to give this guy
Yeah.
for when he's hurt. Hey, come here. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
It's just the sound of the fat receptionist trying to like pick up a pen basically.
Or if you want to go dirty, that's the sound of someone just rubbing one off in the background. Ugh.
He was
Ugh.
there in the studio by complete accident. You, I need you. Well, basically it's Notch. So basically there's a stranger in fucking Notch's basement that's like rubbing in. Okay, well, you know what? Let's stay away from this topic.
Yeah, before we get a
I'm
cease and
done.
desist from Minecraft, don't telling them not to give away their secrets on how they make Minecraft grunts.
What, Minecraft? They have like one guy on the fucking team now.
Mm. I think Minecraft runs itself nowadays. Like there's not they just
I think
upload
it's
it to a
done,
machine.
yeah.
Yeah,
I really wish they would optimize it. Like, please make the fucking video card work with it. You know what I mean? It's just only the processor means that like I can't run it at full FPSs with all the mods I have.
yeah. That's the thing about Minecraft, where it's like, hey, I got a Titan, I got 2 Titans on my PC. Minecraft still runs like shit because it's poorly optimized. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's just so weird.
But yeah, I'm actually this is a good podcast. This is actually I'm going to end it off right here, everybody.
All
Yeah,
right.
thanks for listening to the
Nice.
podcast. As I mentioned before, if you have any questions you want to ask the three of us, or sometimes there's going to be more of us in the podcast. Sometimes people won't show up. Like sometimes there's going to be new stuff. I'm just rambling on at this point, but yeah, if you want to
I mean,
ask
that
questions,
happens.
yeah, I mean that
Mm.
happens. I mean, there's like 6 members of us. Sometimes some people will be here. Sometimes we'll all be here. I mean, this is new. Give me a
Yeah.
break. Come on, guys. Like me, please. Like me. But but
Make me
anyway,
famous. I want to be a millionaire.
yeah, make me famous off of this one podcast, and then we
Just
get
one.
famous off this
Just this one episode.
podcast, and like that's the only thing we can do. Like no, don't record content for your channel. Just no, you
Oh
get
no,
do
Just this.
just
that's way too much work.
no,
Way too much work.
no, just do podcasts all day. Just sit here and talk. I can do that. Like just sit
I would
here,
fucking do that in a
Sure.
heartbeat.
get paid off of podcasts. Also sponsors. Like we
Yeah. We don't mind
Yeah, we
sponsors.
want to get sponsored by Wendy's and
no, we don't want legit
Buffalo.
sponsors. We want the back
oh yeah, made
door.
up
Like
sponsors.
we want like to websites that are like very sketchy. Like you see those big boob MMO games that are advertised on websites. Like
There you
yeah,
go.
I'll sponsor
I
your
wanna,
big boob MMO game. I'll
let's get sponsored by the Scientology Church. I feel like it's a good starting point in our careers.
I mean
Or we can get sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings because they're just tossing them out
Holy
everywhere.
shit!
they'll have to
I
mail it
heard
to
that
me
their
because I'm
prices
gonna
are
work.
awesome.
I mean, as long as they mail it out to me because I'm not driving to Toronto just to have some wild wings. If you know what I'm saying. Or open one up here in Montreal. I mean, hey, we like
There you go.
wings, I guess. So yeah. Anyway, this has been the podcast, episode 1 of the podcast. Be sure to leave a comment on the YouTube channel or on the SoundCloud profile. Also, leaving your questions. We're going to answer questions at the end of the podcast. So yeah. Do you guys want to share anything about your channel, or you guys want to like promote anything right now?
Yeah, I'm soon gonna release my my Resident Evil 2 playthrough. So if anybody's interested, just go on the Flying Iguana channel and watch the first episode. Coming soon.
There you go. And over on PlayerTwo Insert Coin, you can check out my Inside Run and various other random type games that are fun. And I suck at them, but I talk loudly over them. So hey, that's something.
All right, on my channel, you know, we got the usual Persona, Harry Potter going on. Bullshit. Maybe me and Iguana are gonna do Resident Evil 6 playthrough together later on. So
Yes,
check that
I'm
out.
excited.
Yeah, check out. See the awesome orgasm explosions that are in our Resident Evil 6 coming soon.
Oh yeah, enjoy the bad textures too. It's gonna be great.
Enjoy. Anyway, see you guys later. Peace.
Bye.